Welcome to our first bonus episode.
This episode is in honor of Women's History Month, and we're so excited about it because we got to engage with you guys. And thank you to everybody who submitted women that inspire them to make this episode possible.
Yeah, we're really excited. At the beginning of the month, we talked about how we really wanted to do um, something to highlight inspirational women in your guys' lives. And we were really worried that we wouldn't get enough submissions to do a full episode, but you guys really came through. And so we're able to do our very first bonus episode, and we're really excited now.
Yeah, so
So let's get into kind of the background just really quickly before we go into all of these boss ladies. Um, so, Women's History Month is celebrated in March, and it's a celebration of women's achievements and contributions throughout history because there are so many. And this whole month is dedicated for women's history because the contributions that women make, they're often overlooked, especially in earlier times. So we just have a whole month dedicated to celebrating the contributions of women.
yeah, it should be every single
Every
day.
day, yeah. Flowers every day for every single woman in your life. But so something that's interesting is that there's always a theme every year. And so the theme for 2022 is this is a quote, women providing healing, promoting hope.
I did not know there was a theme.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I really like that, and they talked about how so in this article, we'll link it in the show notes, but they said the theme is both a tribute to the ceaseless work of caregivers and frontline workers during this ongoing pandemic, and also a recognition of the thousands of ways that women of all cultures have provided both healing and hope throughout history.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I think it's especially appropriate. I mean, it specifically mentioned the pandemic, but like everybody's been affected. And I think it's really important to highlight this big event in everybody's lives.
Yeah,
So that's
definitely.
really cool.
Yeah, so Women's History Month, that's a little bit of background. So for any of you guys who don't follow our Instagram, which if you don't, then go follow us. We post a lot of updates. We post content from the shows that we talk about and everything. So go follow us at Real Talk About Feminism Pod. Um, but if you guys submitted through Instagram, then you know we started collecting submissions at the beginning of this month. And these are just women that inspire you. And so some of them are personal women in your lives, and then some of them are people that we were able to get a little bit more background on, but we're going to highlight them right now.
First up is Joan of Arc. And the person who submitted this said she fought for what she believed in despite her gender being a roadblock. And Joan of Arc, I feel like we all like know her name, but I
Mhm.
actually don't really know that much about her, I
Yeah.
guess.
When I was doing some research on her, I discovered that there's a lot that I don't know about her. And I think we all, like you said, we all know Joan of Arc. She's a fierce
Yeah, yeah,
woman.
like
Like,
when you think feminism, like she comes to mind for sure.
yeah, but we don't all really know that much about her. So, yeah.
Yeah, she was a peasant girl from medieval France, and she led a French army to the city of Orleans, where they won the battle. Joan was captured and tried for heresy and witchcraft, and she was burned at the stake in 1431 when she was only 19 years old. Oh gosh, that's really sad.
Yeah. When I was doing research, there was a lot of different reasons behind her being burned at the stake. Like there was like someone said that she stole something. Someone else said that she was a witch. Like there was like a bunch of reasons.
Yeah, I mean 1431, I'm sure there's not clarity there.
Right, but she led this battle and they won. She led the French army. So, pretty cool. So this was the next submission that we got. The person that inspires them is their mom, and she said because she was the main provider for my family when my dad died. First off, that's really sad. Our heart goes out to you. But praise to single mothers.
Seriously. Like you have to deal with this tragedy of like losing your partner, but you also have a family to take care of. And like I'm not sure if she was working before or whatnot, but like if she wasn't, like literally her life is turned upside down. Like she has to
Hmm.
find a job, she has to provide for these kids, she has to find daycare, like all these things. So seriously, praise to single mothers.
Yeah, honestly, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine how hard that is. You have to do
Uh-uh.
everything.
And
And
like that.
yeah,
Like in a
and
moment's change.
yeah, and like you said, like she has to grieve her partner
Hmm.
being gone and be a mom and a provider, all this stuff. Like, so much praise to your mom. She's inspiring to us.
Yeah. Next one submitted was Ashley Graham, which we actually did a feminist highlight on her in a previous episode. I'm not positive which one, but I absolutely love Ashley. I follow her on Instagram. She
Hmm.
actually just had two twin boys. I'm living
Yes.
for it.
So cute.
So freaking cute. For those who don't know, just briefly about her, she's a really popular model. And a lot of her popularity is from her being considered a curvy model. Like
Hmm.
she's not the standard size 0, 6 foot model. She actually prefers the term curvy over plus
Right.
size. She's launched a bathing suit line. She wrote a memoir. She even had a Barbie made after her. And her one condition with doing this was that the Barbie could not have a thigh gap.
Hmm.
And in addition to having her two twin boys, she also has another son.
Yeah, so she is a boy mom. She's got
Yeah.
3 boys. Literally so cute. Her kids are adorable.
So
Her and
cute.
her husband are very cute. She's just really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um and a working mother, which is
Yeah.
really great. So, that's Ashley Graham. So somebody else submitted quote, my sister Sarai. She is a mom and was a full-time teacher, the sweetest, bestest friend.
Oh.
So cute. Praise to teachers.
Yeah, praise to teachers as well. Do not get paid enough at all and have to
Mm-mm.
deal with so much,
Mhm.
like working extremely overtime. I've heard like a lot of like on TikTok, a lot of people will go on there and say like, yeah, my parent was a teacher and like literally they'd come home and like grade papers all week, like
Mhm.
every single night
Yeah.
and like prepare lessons and like buy their own supplies. It's a huge
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, there's so many teachers. I know I had multiple teachers like in middle, elementary, and high school,
Mhm.
and they would buy supplies out of their own money.
Yep.
And they don't get paid a lot anyways. And so
Mm-mm.
like they just have such good hearts. They're raising the next generation and they do such great work.
Yeah.
Shout out to my kindergarten teacher, Mary Rich, if you're out there listening.
Mary, we love
We
you.
love you. You're so inspirational to us, and that's someone who's inspirational to me.
Yeah,
Just wanted to
for
give her a little
sure.
shout out.
For sure. Liz Plank, who I actually didn't know, but somebody submitted her. She is a filmmaker, award winning journalist, author, and the executive producer and host of several critically acclaimed digital series at Vox Media and NBC News. She's a huge feminist. She actually wrote a book called For the Love of Men, A Vision for Mindful Masculinity. I should read that.
Hmm.
That might be my book for next month.
Yeah.
She co-hosts the Man Enough podcast with Justin Baldoni,
Yay.
and we love Justin Baldoni. He
Hmm.
is a Raphael on Jane the Virgin,
Yeah,
one of our
and
favorite
he is
shows.
a huge feminist and a
He's a
huge advocate
huge
for
feminist.
like what true manlyhood is.
Yeah, yep.
We should
Oh
have
my
him
gosh, Justin,
on.
please come on! Like we would literally
We would
die.
love you.
We actually, you know how they have like those little library set up sometimes where like you can exchange a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember on Halloween night, like on Main
Yes.
Street. So I actually have his book, and I should read it.
Hmm. Yeah, when you're done reading it, give it to me. I want to read
Okay.
it. This is our plea. If anyone knows Justin Baldoni, please come on the podcast and talk about Man Enough because
Please.
we love you and we're obsessed with you and we would love to have you on.
That would be awesome. Um, a little more about Liz. She's the CEO of her own production company, and she's been listed as one of Forbes 30 under 30.
Something else that I discovered while I was researching her is that she was blocked on Twitter by Trump. And
Oh
she's like
gosh.
apparently like like that is like one of her biggest accomplishments, she says,
Seriously
because
though.
she's just talking about like gender equality and bringing up
Mhm.
the real raw issues with gender.
Mhm.
And
Which of course he doesn't care about.
yeah, and so he blocked her.
So petty.
So
Like, dude,
petty.
get over yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was Liz Plank. Super cool. I had never actually heard of her either. So
Yeah, I didn't know too much about her.
yeah. All right, so the next one, Julia Burnett, she was submitted, and she's actually a journalist at my old school. I really admire her work.
At your school? Oh, I read the note. It said journalist at my old school, and I was like, oh, the submitter.
Yeah, yeah, she was submitted by her friend, and she is one of the writers for the school newspaper.
Oh,
And she
cool.
tackles a lot of topics, such as mandatory consent training, sexual assault awareness. She covers a lot in that realm. And I think it's really brave of her to be speaking out and talking about those things at such a religious conservative school.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had the pleasure of doing 2 interviews with her and sitting down and talking with her. So she's super nice, super cute. She's really cute on Instagram. I just saw a post of like her and her boyfriend, and they're really
Aw.
cute. So, yeah, definitely, really admire her. Very inspirational.
The next one is Michelle Obama. Haley, I bet you actually submitted this one.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I honestly couldn't remember because it was on our list, and I was like, wait, did I add that, or did someone else say that?
Well, either way, I mean, she's deserving of it. She's an Ivy League graduate. She graduated from Harvard.
Yes,
She
girl.
built a successful career as a lawyer. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, with the first ladies, like, there are so many cool things about the first ladies that, like, just don't even get mentioned because they're the wife of the president. Like, that's what
Yes.
they're known for.
Yes, and in her book Becoming, you can watch the Netflix documentary. I don't actually, it's probably still up, but the Becoming documentary on Netflix, something that just like it sticks with me so much is that she talked about how, and this is a paraphrased quote, but she talked about how she didn't want to be an accessory to her husband's success. She
Hmm.
didn't want to just be the president's wife, the first
Hmm.
lady. And she made her own success as a lawyer, as a mother, as a wife, and she made her own life even though her husband has, he was the president, he has all these
Right.
accomplishments. She does too. And
Hmm.
I love the way she said she's not an accessory to his success.
I love that because, like, unintentionally that happens. It's
Right.
just like, oh, the first lady, like, and that's what you're known for, like, then and forever on.
Mhm.
So I do think it's really cool. Like, she's built her own platform and life, and it's really cool.
Right.
Somebody else submitted my mom. She's my mom. Like,
I love
I
it.
love that too because it's like you don't really need a reason. Like, she's your mom. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, mothers have the hardest job in the world.
Seriously.
And so I applaud. Our mom is very inspirational.
Yeah, mom, if you're listening.
Yeah, we love you. You're so inspirational to us. And yeah, moms just literally do the most.
Literally. Like, willingly,
Yeah.
without a second thought.
So much love, and yeah. So I love that submission. So
I do
simple but
too.
like so true. Um so someone else submitted Malala
Our
Yousafzai.
girl.
Yes, and we did an extensive feminist highlight on her a few episodes back. It
Yeah, it
was
was
a
an older
while
one.
ago.
Yeah.
And so just if you guys don't know her, then you're living under a rock. But just kidding. But she is a Pakistani activist for female education, and she won a Nobel Peace Prize. She's the
Mhm.
world's youngest Nobel Prize laureate and the second Pakistani to ever receive a Nobel Prize.
Yeah. And I follow her on Instagram. She recently had a small wedding,
Mhm.
and so she's married.
Yes, and she captioned her post. She said, "Today marks a precious day in my life. Please send us your prayers. We are excited to walk together for the journey ahead." And she wore a pink
Oh,
dress.
so cute.
So she looked really
She really
beautiful.
did.
So stunning. But yeah, if you guys want to learn more about her, then go back and listen to that feminist highlight, whatever episode it is.
We can't remember,
Yeah, we can't
sorry.
remember.
The next submission is our Nana. I'm guessing you
Yay!
submitted this too.
No,
Oh.
actually, our uncle did.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Yeah, so they specifically said she's so funny and loving, and we just absolutely love her. Yeah, seriously, she's a life of the party.
Yeah,
Like,
she is so fun. She's also a huge supporter of the podcast.
mhm.
She's always commenting on every post. She's always listening, gives really great input on the episodes.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, we love
yeah.
her.
We don't see her enough.
I know. Yeah, we were talking about that. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
So sad. The next submission that we got was Kalpana Chawla, and this person who submitted it said she was the first woman of Indian descent in space, aerospace engineer, and broke gender barriers in her home country. So I had never heard of her before.
Mhm.
And so doing some research, it was really amazing to hear her story. So she was the first Indian born woman in space, as the person said. Um, so she grew up in India. She got her degree in aeronautical engineering while she was living in India. And then after completing that degree, she immigrated to the United States in the 80s and then became a naturalized citizen to continue her studies here in America. She obtained her master's degree from the University of Texas, and she earned a doctorate in aerospace engineering from the University of Colorado
Woo woo.
in 1988. So obviously a very educated woman.
Yes.
She definitely knows her stuff. Um, so she felt passionately about providing science education opportunities for young girls in India, and she worked with multiple foundations to try and give them the education that she wanted them to have.
Yeah.
Really cool. Um, Unfortunately, it has a tragic ending. Um, she did go on 2 missions. She completed the first mission successfully with her team. The pictures of them up there really cool. She looks very happy. And then the second mission that she was on their way back down to Earth, the something happened and the space thing lost space
Space
thing.
thing, girl.
Oh my gosh. And the spaceship rocket ship, I don't know. It lost pressure and when they were going back through the atmosphere, and it killed the entire crew in 2003.
It's really sad. But she
Very
made a big
tragic. Yeah,
difference.
very tragic, but she did make a huge difference. She broke barriers, very educated. She helped young girls in India get the education that they need, and so very inspirational.
Our next submission is Anita Becerra, who's actually our aunt. And she's an artist and she's a mother. We love her kids. They're our adorable little
They're
cousins.
so cute.
She is an artist as well. She makes beautiful handcrafted jewelry and ceramics, and her Instagram is at Nita_Cole. If you guys want to check out her art, it's seriously beautiful.
Yeah, so pretty. She's a very amazing artist. So definitely go check her out. And if you go to her Instagram, that Ken's just said, then her website's in there too. And you can check out her shop.
Yeah.
So our last submission that we have is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And
RBG.
yep, and she was the second female justice in the US Supreme Court. Um, I liked this little parallel to Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she met her husband, who was also a law student, and
Mhm.
that's how Michelle and Barack,
That's really cool.
like I know them first name
You're like my
basis.
friends.
My friends, that's how they met. They told me. But yeah, so she met her husband while they were in law school. While Ruth was at Harvard, she learned to balance life as a mother and also being a law student, which is incredibly hard to adjust to.
Mhm.
She also encountered a very male dominated, hostile environment because there was only 8 females in her class of 500.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously a lot to work around. Her husband, he came down with testicular cancer in 1956, and he had to get intensive treatment and rehab. And remember, he was also a law student.
Right.
And so Ruth Bader Ginsburg attended school. She cared for her young daughter and sick husband, and she actually took notes for him in classes while she also studied law on her own.
I can't even
Like
imagine.
the definition of a female baddie.
Yeah.
But also just like combining that caretaker aspect, also having a successful career and keep like she was still on the path to become a lawyer. Like so amazing. She balanced so much.
Yeah, and like I feel like she kind of just was like, well, it has to be done. Like my husband, like he still, even though he's sick, he still deserves to do well in school.
Right.
So she just stepped up.
Mhm. Yeah. And she did graduate first in her class in 1959.
Wow, not surprised.
Yeah, so amazing. And then she served as a justice on the Supreme Court in the United States for 27 years. and she sadly passed away on September 18th of 2020.
As of 2020 couldn't get worse. I remember like when she passed away, like
Mhm.
literally that's all anyone was talking about because it was so sad because like she made a huge difference in the country and the world.
Mhm.
So it was really sad.
Yeah, and she served for a
A
long
long time,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she served through some really uh what's the
Like monumental
yes, monumental
cases.
cases.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely really amazing. Thank you guys so much for submitting these women. And hopefully you guys are just able to take this quick 20 minutes out of your day and really celebrate Women's History Month. This is getting released towards the end of the month, but just it's so amazing to recognize the accomplishments of women throughout history and now. It's just amazing. So, thank you guys for submitting those.
Thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week with our regularly released episode.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.